This is Neil King for Random Acts of Cartooning. Join me as I draw some sketches from the Christmas Carol display at Macys. Okay, everybody. So our influence for this episode is Moon Knight's Bill Sienkiewicz, one of the great illustrators of the 80s, 90s. Actually, I think we're at late 80s, I would think, way into the 90s and 2000s, and he's still doing great stuff. But this is where he kind of changed his overall look. He was always known as kind of a Neil Adams clone. And you can see it in different things, but in this copy, you can see where he's starting to go away from it. Very kind of, textural things, and he's really pushing the boundaries of what was going on. He's going to go crazy over the next few years after this. But I think he's still figuring things out. Beautiful images, though. Look at all that hatching. Great character design. But some of the panels you'll see are better than others. And, there's not a lot going on in some of these backgrounds. But his drawing ability is just really unmatched. And when I look at his work, I think of all of the things as I was growing up, never seen anything kind of like what's going on here. He's starting to use multimedia, a lot of splatter. I don't think he figured out the line out as much as he would eventually, but it's all there. And when I see it, and he mixes lots of stuff in, some zipatone with the character, it's a great character, Moon Knight. I don't remember that much about the stories because it was so much about him. But great movement, great feel. And he just got into graphic novels eventually. Like that, beautiful. I really feel like he's kicking right through them, right? But he's going to go so much further. But I love showing this, the cover images were really showing you where he was going. And this is where he's going. This really sells this whole book. Bill Sienkiewicz, great influence. Okay, so if you've ever been to Philadelphia during the holidays, you're going to want to go to Macys in the city, where they have a Dickens Village, where they have all of these animatronics images from the story, from the Christmas Carol, with all Scrooge images and everything. And it's like some really old style animatronics, so they're pretty funny in some respects, but it definitely has a real feel. And I do really love bringing my sketchbook and sketching some of these characters. So this one has Scrooge with with the Christmas future, that whole idea. And here's that image. And it's just great. Like, it's crazy. Here's some other images out there that you can imagine seeing. And it just kind of sets you into a mood for the season. It's a typical kind of image that people like to see. When you see these characters, most people have seen these things before. Okay, everyone, as you know, I am a working cartoonist, so we are talking about the holidays right now. So don't forget to go to my Amazon site, where you'll see some of my different types of books that I have. Strange Tales for Boys and Girls, that's an all ages book. Snowmen in the Springtime, all ages. Three Little Pigs in a Blanket. These are all things that all kinds of kids would like. Limited color. This is a series that I did. The Deep End. Spaghetti Eddie with the meatball eyes. And My Parents Are Ninjas. That's kind of a 3 tandem thing that I had done. Also, I have more educational types of books. Who Stole All the Heads at the Met? Fun book. All kinds of art history. Then I have some more of my adult books. These were online books that I compiled as graphic novels. Kill Me or Die. Abbey in Hell, and Forbidden Planet. Different format, black and white interiors, lots of fun. And then my most recent, Shock, Let There Be Fright. Again, all the things that I'm doing, all my episodes, everything I'm doing here and all of my things, it's really about getting my books. So support me in the holidays and get to friends or someone in your family some of these books. Thanks. So here we are back, and we are at the Dickens Village, another one of the animatronics there. So it's dark in there, there's crazy lights and stuff, so I try to find the lightest area that I can see what I'm actually drawing. So I'm pretty deep into this piece where I've already established the Christmas future image, the shrouded image of kind of a skull character underneath that shroud. And then we have Scrooge. He's there, and he's kneeling down in this scene. And again, like what I like about all of this stuff is, as you can see, there's just feels great to be able to walk into this kind of an area, and you're just kind of transported. And I think because it's such an old style that you can't help but want to see it. I've seen it for many years. I've come in there. So if you just have, I'm here with my Bic pen, and I'm just drawing along and trying to get most of the setup for this in as quickly as I can. A lot of people walking past. At this time of day, they're about to have the big the light show that goes out in the main part of the building. It used to be Wanamaker's, I guess, and now Macys has taken it over. They've allowed it to happen. So I'm just kind of going in there, and I want to set the scene. I definitely have the characters in there, but I don't want to just draw them. I kind of wanted to give a little bit of an impression of where they are. So there's a sign for each one of the scenes. I felt like I should put that in, even though I'm just kind of really sketching it pretty quickly. And, it's all about, for me, it's all that hatching and just blotting in where I think the darks are in the image. So for each part of it, I've kind of feel like I've got their shapes down. This is a quick sketch. I think I finished this sketch in all of like 7 minutes or 8 minutes. But I kept going back and trying to look at how that cloak works. And it's just because they're not natural, it's not like people. So, and it's moving. So it does have a kind of machine-like feel. But this, I feel like it's important to put that little bit of text that's there. Ghost of Christmas Future. They would, each one of these little vignettes that you come up to, you would read something about the story from the book. And it's really nice. Like, again, like to me, by putting in just a little indications, you get a much better feeling for what's happening in this, in the scene. So people can walk up really close to it. They can take pictures of themselves with it. And they have them kind of blocked off a little bit. But it's not behind plexiglass or anything like that. So as I keep going back and forth, I'm kind of looking at it and trying to get the most I can from that part. Again, I have drawn different parts from it, and I might do another piece from this on one of my episodes where it's a nice close-up shot, and they do a lot with light in these things. This one is like this crazy. You could see the multicolors around in the background, and they're just kind of swooping around. So, the little kids are around all over, and you can't hear them, but, they're really asking a lot of questions. A lot of people know the story, and there have been so many versions on television, from like the straight, drama to, the Muppets did one, like there's Disney did it. So it's a pretty well-known thing, and generation after generation stays with it. So as you can see, I'm just lining this up. I'm almost finished with it right there. so fun to kind of get in there and just do this drawing as a cartoonist to remind myself of reality. So when I'm thinking up these kind of scenes, it's I'll always come back to the visions of this, of how you can light something and have a major focal point in a scene with two characters like this. And there it is. So remember to like and subscribe. Check out my Amazon store out there. That's where all my books are. And it's a great thing for the holidays. It's all in the write-ups, and the links are all in this episode. Okay? Thanks again. See you next time.